Okay, welcome back. We left off with finishing the paws and some of the white in the face. I want to touch up now. So I was looking at the pictures and I want to touch up some of the face with some of the black, the eye area, the nose, and maybe even do the nails now. And then we'll try to finish off the face and seal, do the eyes and all that, and seal everything, and maybe do a wash in the teeth so I can separate the teeth a little bit, because everything just looks like one white piece, you know what I mean, on the bottom teeth and on the top. Alright, so there's a couple places I want to touch up with black, especially like around the nose. I want to define that a little bit better with the black, as per the picture. So one of the areas I need to go in is the nostril area. Alright, so we thin down my paint just a little bit and go like right in there. And then the other side. Right there. That's better. The nose is going to be a little pinkish. Okay? And then the eye I needed to fix over here in this corner. I got a little white there. Just that. Right there. Those are little things that are going to drive you crazy sometimes. Really. The eyes, they have like a bit of a little black going down here. Just a little bit. Alright. That needs a little color right there. I'm just getting a little drop of water, grabbing a little paint, and just still dilute it down a little bit. Alright. So the eyes have like a little bit of I don't want to say bag on the other, but color right there in the corners. Alright. And that's, the inside of the ears. Like this part right here. Shows a little black. A bit darker color. So I just wanted to put in a little bit of color in there. And in here. It's not white, it's black actually. Just get a little bit of color black in there. Just work my way out. There you go. Same thing goes for the other one too. Soften that up a little bit. So I'm really happy the way these saber tooths are coming out. They're coming out really, really good. They're really nice. The color blend, I'm happy with. I'm not happy with that ear over there. Let me fix that. Get a little more. Thin it down just way. Good. There you go. That looks a little more natural right there. There we go. Yeah. So let me start painting the nails. Nails are black, maybe with a little bit of white highlight. Hope I'm gonna focus now. Let me see. Put my glasses on. Okay. Just gonna be moving up and down a little bit, so I apologize for that. Let me finish that one. It's hard, to get a steady hand in there. See how I inch my way in up to the edges? I don't go right onto the edge. I just start off from the outside as best as I can and then just put a little bit of color. It takes a little bit longer, but you don't want to paint over the white that you did. And then have to go on there and fix a lot of stuff, Just inch your way in there. It makes it easier. It's too hard for me to find a comfortable spot here. See how I inch my way into the edge. There you go. Do this side a little bit. Use a little bit of that end right there. You can move on to the next one. There you go. Alright, just put a little dab of water in there, the black. There's nowhere for me to put my finger in. Just take your time. These videos are going a little bit longer than what I wanted, but you know what? I'm showing you real time everything that I did, the whole process. Yeah, sometimes, some kits, they don't take me as long, and sometimes they do. You run into trouble, accidents, stuff happens. You have to stop and fix them or redo them, whatever it may be. So I've been showing you real time the whole process. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So I got 10 of these puppies. If you want to fast forward, you go ahead. I started with the other one too. I didn't start with the one we've been going because this one needed more touch up than the other one. So, all right. So, if you want to fast forward through this whole process, I'm doing all the nails. They're all the same. You know what? I'm gonna shorten it. I'll stop it right here. This is pretty much what I'm doing to all the nails. When I get done with all the nails on both characters, I'll come back and keep on recording. Alright, so I just sealed it. Finished up touching up the eyes, did the nails. Okay. Starting to look really good. What I'm going to do next is paint the eyes. Now they have a tint of yellow in them. And the pupils are small on both cats. So this is the softest yellow that I have, which is from Vallejo Ice Yellow. So I'm going to go a little soft in there and see what it looks like. I don't want to go too strong on it. So I was thinking about just doing white, but you know, it does have a tint of yellow in there in the eyes. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then after that, I want to go in with the paint the tongue inside here and there. Alright, this is the closed mouth. Try to get a little color in there for the tongue. And obviously his tongue, but I want to paint the inside of his mouth first because I missed some paint in there, and I want to give like a dark color inside the mouth on the top at least. Okay, so let me get some of this stuff out of the way before I get started. And then I think, oh, and the teeth, I have to shade the teeth, the top of the teeth a little bit, which will do that with a little gray, black, and maybe do a little ink, got a little blank ink here, a little dark. Try that, ink it a little bit, see how that comes out. Just trial and error. So let me put a little bit of yellow down. Put a little water on the side. I just cleaned the palette too. It was getting a little gnarly, so let's do that. Let's put down this yellow. Let's see what it looks like. That's a little strong. Glaze it in there a little bit, maybe. The black should hide some of the, dim it down a little bit. The only other one that I can think of maybe going with is this one has too much green in it. I don't know. Let me compare them. Put them in there. See what it does. Let's see. To me, that has a little green in it. Let me put it right here. Focus on that a little bit. That color right there. That's going into like the greenish, tannish look. I don't know. Let me put some of that down. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to wet my brush. Bring in some water in here. Just get it down. Put some paint. We switch glasses. So I can keep you guys in focus and myself in focus a little bit. All right. I don't know about this. I'm just gonna glaze a little bit of color there. Not glazing, but it's pretty thin down. Well, that might not be too bad. Actually, it's not too bad at all. Let me let the side dry a little bit before I mess with it again. I don't want to go. You don't want to go over and over the same spots because then you're just pulling pigment out. So, all right. So again, I'm gonna put a little more paint in there, a little bit of water. Okay. Let's see. Yay. What happened there? Oh, yeah. See if we can pick some of that up. Made a little mistake there. Just put too much paint on one. Well, the brush just like kind of bent on me a little bit because like try to go in the corner and I got paint everywhere. So hold on a second. Clean that up a little bit. That's how you protect your bottom layers, guys. So you can do this kind of stuff and not ruin the bottom layer. You can always go with a little black and then retouch that, but that's okay. But right. I'm trying to keep the camera in focus with you guys, and but usually I bring this stuff like this a little bit closer to me, so I can see a little better. I want to get at least the shape of the eye a little bit better. Let me let that side dry. There we go. I definitely think I want to dot the eyes with the marker. The only reason why is because it's just a black dot. That's all it is. That eye came out good. This one's a little. I gotta work on that. Before I seal it, I'm gonna have to go in there with the black and fix it a little bit just to bring that. Back in. Alright, so this one's okay. I like that. I'm okay with the yellow. The yellow's not that strong. Alright. It's really not that strong. It's not too bad at all. Alright. That's what I was afraid of. I didn't want to put too strong of a yellow in there. Alright. Alright, so this one. Get a little water. A bit of paint. Put the excess on my finger. See how I keep on turning the piece to get to the areas that I need to get to. All right. Just get yourself comfortable with the angles you want to paint. All right, because the brush is not gonna help you. But if you turn the piece around, then it makes it a lot easier. All right. So I turn at different angles to grab different areas of the eye. Kind of shape it in there. So just needs a little bit in the corner. Alright. A little bit in that top edge right there. Gotta hit the other one up again. I went a little thin on the other one. Just keep turning it, make it work for you. And if you have to go back and, you need to fix that with a little black right there, no big deal. Just throw a little black there and then just, where you put the pupils, I want to seal this before we do that, but where you put the pupils, depending on the position, one is going high and the other one's low. So one's going to be looking maybe a little bit up, and this one's going to be looking probably a little bit either straight or down. All right, so where you put those pupils, they're small, but where you put them might you want to make sure that there's something going on in front of the characters, and you want to keep their focal point looking all at the same area, I guess, right? So when you paint it, make sure you keep that in mind. Where you dot the eyes. Get it? So, alright. I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to go into the other stuff in here, okay? That's not too bad. Little touch up in the black once I seal it. Right, because if I mess up with the black, then I'll have to keep on going back and forth, you know what I mean? So, alright, so let me put one guy on the side here for a minute. Get a little black. I wasn't going to go black. I was going to go chocolate brown. Not chocolate brown, but black brown. In the top of the mouth. Okay? For the top of the mouth, this is the color that I'm using. And I'm going to use this little flat brush here. So all we need to get, let's see, this should work. Just like that, just a little bit there. Get on the inside a little bit. Alright. Get a little water. Let me get in there. Push around. Alright. I might just have enough just to do the whole thing. Because it already has that brown in there from when I painted everything over us, but I don't want to go black, but I do want to go dark. And I just want to make sure that there's something covering the primer. Some type of color or something. Alright, we still gotta paint those teeth in again, so it doesn't matter. Alright. A little color in there. Just to cover up that primer that I missed. Alright. Looks a lot better. You can't see nothing there. Maybe a little bit right there missing. Get those edges up a little bit. Same thing with this side. So I just saw it right there. So you can't see. So depending where you're looking from, make sure you hit it. There you go. That looks a lot better. Okay. Now, let me do the tongues. Hold on a second, let me switch. I have where is it? Red. Yep. From Createx, Tim Gore's Blonde Line Natural Lip. It's got a nice pink. And then put the pink as a base, and then I have from Garage Kits US the tongue color. Okay, that's how I might go with just one, or I might put both in. I don't know yet, so I'm bringing both out just in case. All right, I just want to show you what I probably will be using. These are very thin paints, both of them. All right. Now, because you have a dark color on the tongue already, let's see how this is going to come out. This is very thin paint again. So paint that tongue. Alright. Just be careful how you're going to have to go in different angles because those big toothlesses are in the way. So, you know, do the best you can. Just try not to get it everywhere. Put some color down, whatever you need to put it. Now, there's a little bit darker on the picture, tongue going towards the right. So I might use some of that Garage US color to just darken it up or give it a little bit different color variation doing that. But let's see how this comes out first. All right. The other one I'm not going to go too crazy because it's got a closed mouth. I just want to get a little color in there on the sides and then the... Alright. Put that for a second. Gotta get a little close here, guys. I can't see nothing. My eyes are very poor, so. But I do hate using this. I'll use it if I have to. It really messes with my eyes. If I keep them on for too long, you know what I mean? Kind of start messing with my eyes a little bit. It's just like really thin. It's really, I'm not happy the way it's flowing. Like sometimes I use this for like gums in the mouth, you know, things like that. It's a really good color. Even the lips, I do use them for lips sometimes, depending on the character. You know how much you want to put on. And I just dry brush it in there, or I just like give it a little bit of different color in the lip. I like the Tim Gore stuff is pretty good. They're pretty thin, easy to go on a brush. I use them a lot for different stuff. Alright, I'm gonna let it dry. I'll get a little bit in the back here. I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll come back and add some more color. Let me hit a couple of spots that I missed. Let that dry. Okay. And then maybe I hit it again, or I'll hit it with the other color. We'll see how it dries. Alright. Let me see here. Alright, so I can get some from the side of the mouth. Alright. This is going to have to go a little thicker here because and get across and hit the other side of the inside of the tongue. So that's what I want to do right now, because you can see it, and I'm not going to be able to do it from the other side. Same thing when I switch over, I'm going to want to do the same thing. See, like in there. It's kind of hard to get into, but I can get it. It's just a pain. Watch where you put the paint. And same thing with this side. Like I said, you just want to paint, you know, what you can see, and then what you can't see, just try to get in there a little bit. And once it dries, you can go in there again and hit it one more time, just to neaten it up. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Not easy to get to, but you know, it's there. once I'm done with some of the stuff I got him on my own lawn. Alright, let's see what the other one looks like real quick. Probably dry by now. Alright. Needs a little touch up. Alright. Paint right there. This is lighter. Which one was the dark? I thought that was the dark. Well, I guess I was wrong. So I can hit the light side on the other side then, on the tongue, with this. And just leave these. This one just. There you go. Like that. Before I want to seal it, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? There was something else I needed to do? No, I think that's it for now. Oh, let me paint the, fix the mouth. You know what? Paint those teeth where it needs it. Put a little bit of thicker bone white. And the same colors, just one is for airbrushing, the other one is just regular. cover up some of that. Ink it. I don't want to show. Fix the other one too. Then when I come back, I'm going to fix the eyes, and then with the black, and then maybe put the dot in, and then finish off the teeth. And then that, I think that'll be it. We're close to being it right here with this. Yeah, put some color in there. It was a little gnarly. I got a little paint on it from trying to get close before and all that. So I just want to make sure that the teeth are clean. Get clean paint in there. Before I seal it again. Alright. Okay, we're back. Alright, so next what I want to do is try to shade the teeth. So I got a black pastel and I want to try it this way, and then like this is more like a bluish tint to it, this gray. So I want to see which one's going to bite better and which one's going to look better. I usually use this one for doing like 5 o'clock shadows and that kind of thing. It works pretty good, but I don't know about the teeth, how that's going to look. So I'm going to start off with the black. And just shade from the top down, just a little bit, you know, just give it like a little bit of a I think this will blend in a little bit better than just painting it, because I think painting will be too dark. And I kind of like that right there. See, it gives it like a little bit of a shadow. That's all I want. Just a little bit of a shadow on the top. Coming down. And I'll blend it in a little bit. So let me put it down. Let me see how it looks. And then we'll take it from there. It's trial and error, you know. So, just a little bit right there. That's good. Nothing too crazy. Just make sure you get both sides. I really like that. It doesn't give it too much. Hopefully that'll stay once I spray it. I think it should. But that's about as much of a shadow that I want. I don't want to go any more and any less than that. I kind of like that. Alright. Get your filbert brush and just like gently go down. I like that. Gives a little bit of shadow. You see that? Let's see if I can focus on that a little better for you guys. See that? Okay, that's all I want. Okay, just to give it more of a natural, I guess, look or whatever. Let's try the other one, and then we'll coat it real quick. Starting to look badass. I'll take pictures at the end and put them at the end of the video, so you guys can see what it looks like up close. Less light bouncing off of it, you get a better picture of it. Filbert brush, blend it in just a little bit. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Let me go seal it. Hopefully it'll stay. And if not, we'll come back and do it again. Keep on giving it, you know, like layers. We'll see how it works out. Let me cover that. Don't drop that. All right, right back. All right, it works out pretty good, but that bear, it just goes on so gloss. It's matte, but it just, look at the gloss on that. And that's just one quick coat. It did, shadows still there on the teeth, which is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot the eyes, and then I'm going to coat it with the regular stuff to matte it down. Alright, I'm just going to have to let that dry for a little bit longer, so maybe we'll move on to the base after that. It's getting closer to getting done, guys, so let me see. Let me go with the, should I go with the small one? Yeah. That's dry, that's not even wet, you know. I'm touching it, and you know, I thought it was wet at first, but then I go in here and touch it, and it was like totally dry, and it's very glossy. There's nothing I can do about that. Alright, so I'm gonna have to get a little close for this, and he's the one that looking out pretty straight, and she's looking up, just very slightly looking up. Okay. Obviously, because one is higher and the other one's lower, the prey is, let's say, is right here, and she's looking up a little straight this way, and he's straight here, but she's looking up a little bit. Okay, so that's where I'm going to go with that. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just putting in a dot, just to make sure that I'm either centered or looking where I want to look. What was that? Just got a message here. Alright. messaging me. That's pretty good. Okay. So we're going to go just a little bit bigger. Try to use the other marker. Do a little boo-boo there. I'm going to have to fix it later. Not too worried about it. Pupils are... Sorry about that. The pupils are so small. That, very focused, you know, kind of. So even when I want to put in color, this is not happening because my eyes are so, you know, I don't think I can get any color in there that small. I don't think I can do it. But I think I'm happy where the eye is. All I'm doing is making my dots a little bigger by going to the sides, left, back, and forth. Okay. So I'm going to leave that there. Now she's looking up a little bit, not too much, okay? So, and so it's not looking sideways, she's looking straight up because she's angled differently on the, remember she's angled differently on the base. So. Alright. Sorry, I'm bringing this a little closer. I can't do it from far away. I have to bring it close. So, I could turn the camera, but then, you know, it's going to be in my way, my big head. So I'm just going slightly a little higher than what I did with the other one. So let me make sure. Alright, you see where I went? Just slightly a little bit higher. She's stalking her prey. So that's the pose that she's in, you know what I mean? And the other one's lunging. That's it. Yeah. Let me put my other glasses on because I can't see nothing. These are just for up close. I have no idea who messaged me before. It's a little weird. Alright. I like that. Okay. So those eyes need to dry. This ink on this thing is very it doesn't dry right away, and I don't want to mess with it and have it run. Here I messed up a little bit, but I can put a little bit of dot of paint to fix that. All right, the pen went away from me a little bit, but he's looking really good too. All right, that's it. We're done with these guys as far as I know. Just got to touch that up, and I can do that later on. And I'll spray down with the regular spray just to dim down that glossiness in the face. Okay, but other than that, these bad boys are done. Oh, you know what? No, not yet. Let me wash them front teeth. They're too bright for me. I'm really happy that way they come out, guys. I really am. Uh-oh, don't tell me they're gonna... Yeah, I gotta pop this up at home. There we go. It's gonna be like a little bit of wash. Ink. See how that comes out. Watch me mess this up now. Put a little water in there. Let me get another brush just so if I want to wipe it down, wipe it out. I'll use that one. There we go. Get some of that out. Give it a little bit of difference of color there. Little tone. There you go. It's not too bad. Just to give it a little bit of different, not too bright. You know, it looks like they just came out of the dentist if you don't put a little bit of, dim it down a little bit. All right. I like that. There we go. Gives the teeth a little definition too. There we go. I like that. Alright. That's it. That's all you want to do. You don't want to go too crazy, put too much in there. Otherwise it's going to look too yellow or too brown. Or, you know, whatever. You're right. Let me put some stuff away, get ready for doing the base. Alright, so I have some yellow rust, yellow ochre, English uniform. It's a little dark. And Iraqi sands. Alright. So I want like a desert look because of all the crackles and everything there. give it some more of that desertish look to it. We're going to dry brush it over. So I'm going to start off with dark and work on my way up to lights. Now that English uniform is a little too dark, I think. So let me see what this rust looks like. And I think I'll go with that. And start off with that. I'll use the big brush, the broad brush, just to go over. And then we'll work our way lighter. Okay? And let's see how this comes out. Alright, so let me get that. Get some of this off. The two here. Got a huge mess on my desk, guys. Bear with me. Here we go. Let me use this to wipe some of that out. Oops. Alright. So just start putting color down all over. Those cracks are gonna inside are gonna stay brown. They're gonna look a little deep or whatever, you know. Whatever you don't catch on the edges, that's what's gonna show. So. You want some of that brown to show too, just a little bit, for the shadows and things like that. Huge change in temperature, so that's why my allergies are acting up too. Plus the leaves are breaking down, so that right there is causing me to go crazy. All right, so keep going. Just keep on adding color to the base. Then we'll switch up to a lighter, work our way up. A little bit of that rust color is starting to pop like really nice. That rusty yellow, whatever you want to call it. It's giving some of these edges some really cool color. Okay. A little variation and everything in there. It's nice. Put a little more color now. This I'm going to keep dark. I'm probably just going to do one color. Just the bottom dark, you know what I mean? This is not the color. Where is it? Here it is. see how it goes. Just getting the edge of that base is going to show when you put it on the base, on the other base. So I'm going to make sure I put some color down on that. Get it all nice, and then maybe I'll paint the other one black before I glue it down. So I'm gonna have to. I'm thinking about if it's not sitting flush, I'm gonna have to, you know, maybe put some putty around there just to make it look like it's flush. This stuff takes work, you know. Video's been very long, but I didn't hide anything other than maybe I forgot to record a couple things here and there, but they weren't that long. I mean, you guys saw 99% of the stuff that I did on here. You know, mistakes and everything, you know. So you can fast forward to stuff if you want. Use it as a tool. That's what the intention of the channel is. You learn what you want to learn for the process. You know. So we went through a lot of stuff here. So there you go. I'm just putting color. Don't forget the high points. Those flat surfaces give them a little bit of a love. There you go. Okay. A little more color. Just going around the back of these back edges over here that I missed. A little bit down here. So basically, I'm putting a base color, another base color over the other one, and then the lighter colors I'm just going to use on the top. All right. Just don't want to keep dark on the bottom here. And the other colors I'm going to start laying down. It's going to be the colors that are going to lay on top. All right, so it looks good. I was thinking of even putting some vegetations in between the cracks. Just, you know, a couple of bushes here and there. I don't know, in the back side over here. You know, that in the front. Keep the front more regular for, like, you know, the painting. The back side, since it's so blurry, you know, you can be a little more liberal about it. You're going from 2D, 3D, you know what I mean? Alright. Next one is going to be yellow ochre. Got a little more yellow to it. Let's use the same brush, just like this. I didn't clean it. All right. All right, here we go. Just the top surfaces. Still. Yeah. Just get everything a little bit different. All right. It's not too bad. Okay. A little yellowy, but you know. So let's do Iraqi sand. So this is like lighter. I like the fact that it's not as yellow, so let's do that. So one a little bit softer. So it's only picking up certain edges. Then, but you can always go back and, you know, if you want to put a little more somewhere in certain areas. That's going crazy. Somebody outside. Alright, I'm kind of liking where it's going. See how it's putting on a light color? There's a little bit of everything in there. But on the top, I want the light color to be the most predominant color, you know? But still show some of the other stuff. I'm going to tone down some of this other color down a little bit. There you go. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal everything. And then I'm going to see where we're at and if I need to put any more color in it. Alright? Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to be honest, I'm not happy about that color on that base. And I'm not too crazy about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some cork brown, spray over, and see how it looks, and then go from there. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not happy with the color. I just put the pieces on there and I was like, And I was like, you know, I'm like, just, I was like, alright, just paint over it. Paint, use a different color. See what comes up. See what happens. Just try it. It ain't gonna kill you. It's the base. It's probably one of the easiest things to work on, but I'm not happy with that color. I'm not thrilled about it. To be honest. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the chocolate brown that's below it. I don't know. But I'm not gonna sit here and just. Alright. I'm gonna gently spray and see where it goes. And maybe after that, I will dry brush again. I'm going kind of heavy on it. As you can see, even with that now, I'm kind of like digging it a little bit more. I'm a little bit more happy the way that looks. But before this, I wasn't feeling it. So I had this Sotar, just so you know, about airbrush, why I like this airbrush so much. You ever clogged up yesterday and I switched brushes? What I just did just now. It's no joke. I just put I left it overnight with some thinner in the cup. Came over and just took the needle, did a quick like shake with some thinner in there, and then I dumped it, put the needle back in, put some airbrush cleaner, and just pushed everything right out, and now I'm painting. It's a great airbrush. I have to take the whole thing apart and clean the whole thing, you know, which is nice. And for doing a base, I wasn't too worried about anything, so. I would definitely give it a thorough cleaning once I'm done with this little project here, if I don't need the airbrush again. So what the cork brown did was muted some of the highlights that I didn't like and blended out some of that brown that I wasn't too. It was just too brown. You know, I think that's what it was. It was just too brown. So I just airbrushed this stuff over really quick. Just give it a nice coating over it. Nothing crazy. still want to go with a sand color, so I think I'm going to go back again and dry brush a little bit lighter color in there, just to, you know, bring those highlights up. But now I'm happy. This I can dig. And I only use, I'm not even done with it. Just hit some of these spots that need it. I don't mind the yellow up there a little bit, you know. Might just still throw some yellow on there, just, you know, just not a lot. Alright, that's it. I'll be back. I'm going to clean the airbrush and stuff. I still have some paint here from the dry brushing that we did before, so let's keep on using that. Okay. This is the Iraqi sand. Let's see how that works out now. Just dry brush right over it. Some of those high spots. Still might even go with even a lighter color in this. Alright. Just to give it some more. I like that. The variations I'm getting now. I think I'm still going to go lighter in some areas. It's taking a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's okay. I thought I was going to be in different stages by now, but that's alright. It is what it is. Nothing ever goes, you know, like the way you plan it. So, just adopt. Alright. I think that's about as much as I'm going to go with. Just want to lighten up some areas here. Let's give it a little different tone, which I like. Get that. Alright. It's not as like that. I think that chocolate brown underneath was just, you know, pumping out too much. It needed to be toned down a little bit, toned back. Alright, so what I'm thinking I'm going to use now is this, let's use this, bone white. What I use for the eyes and stuff. That's a lighter color. Alright. Just see all the paints I have. Hey, you know, until you find the one that you want. I think that'll blend nice. Give it a nice highlight on that color. Let's see how it works out on the kit. These things are great because you can just spray with a little primer. That's it. You get just good to go again. All right. Artist Opus. Very lightly I'm going over this. Just giving it some highlights. That's it. I'm just going up, down like this on these rocks, so I can hit anything that's on the top, not from the bottom. You know what I mean? Same thing back here. Even though the legs are going to be in the way on most of this stuff. Still want to add some variation in there. That I like a lot better, guys. This is, I'm happy with this right here. There we go. I like these edges over here. That right there, my friends, is what I was looking for. Something like this. So you got a little bit of the yellow still there, a little bit of the red undertone from that rusty color yellow that we put down too. That's still there a little bit. I can see in some areas. Get a little variation in tone. There we go. Fix that right there. That needs a little bit right here. These high spots here, I want the light to catch, you know. Alright. I think that's it right there. I think that's it right there. I like that right there. I said that bottom edge is going to stay dark. It's going to stay just like that. Those edges right there. Just going to leave those alone. Alright. I'm happy there with that. Just going to leave that alone for now. Alright, so as you can see, I already glued, I didn't think you guys wanted to see glue dry. So I glued already the spear together. So now let's paint it. That's all that's pretty much left for her to do, is to finish up the spear. So I'm going to start off with a black brown, and then, you know, highlight a little bit. That's for the spear itself, not the tip. The tip is more made out of stone. And I think I'm gonna go with like a little red around this part right here, just to give it a little color to the piece. And then also I have to do red to the earrings, so we can finish doing her in those parts right there. And that's it. And we're pretty much done with her. Okay, so it's very long, and it kind of like, I don't like the way that it's leaning on that, but you know, it's in there. It's glued in pretty good. So I'm just going to start putting some paint down, and hopefully I won't make a mess. All right, so let me get a little. I got a lot of stuff going on here on this. So I'm going to remove some stuff so I can rest my elbows here. Got some tufts out, but I don't know if I'm going to use them yet. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, so I can get a little closer here. You guys can see what I'm doing. And just putting down some paint. There's some little crevices and stuff. Make sure you get paint in it. So happy the way this is all coming out and coming together. You know, and I'm happy too that it's almost done, because I can move on to something else. You know, got some good news in the mail. That's going to be coming up next on the channel, like the next day or so. So stay tuned. If depending when this comes out, this might come out after. So even stay tuned because there's more after the ads anyway, more that kind of news. So I don't want anybody to miss out on it. So just putting color down. That's it. Thin it out a little bit. A little bit too thick. There you go. That's a little bit better. So my son came up here and he looked at it. He was like, "Oh my God, that's coming out really nice." It's nice to hear, you know. I don't want to move that around too much. I just glued it not too long ago, right before dinner. So hopefully it's on there strong. I'm being a little impatient trying to get this done. Just keep going. Get all the color in there, and then we'll just lightly highlight a little bit with some other color. And it's got some like notches or something on the staff part. So I want to make sure I get paint in there. Alright, so I'm going to have to get close here, so bear with me if my head is in the way. Oh, I'll be right back. Doorbell. Alright, sorry about that. Had a doorbell and a couple other things going on, so I finished painting the staff part. So with that brown, and I sealed it. So now I'm gonna add some little bit of highlights on that with just a little dry brush with flat earth. Okay. So I'm gonna put some of that here. I'm gonna use this small little square brush for that. I've been using that a lot lately. This works very nice. Just get rid of most of this paint. Just let's see how this works out. Just slightly highlight. All right. There you go. That looks good. You might not see it, but it's subtly, you know, it's giving that, you know, those grooves and stuff that are on the staff that are just popping out right now. So that's what I wanted to show, just a little bit. Slightly go on there and go like a nice light coat with the grain. Don't forget it's made out of wood, so you want to give it like a little grain effect. So just slightly just give it like a little, you know. There we go. tones, good, nice little wood effect. It's okay if you go a little bit more on one, a little bit here and there, no big deal. Get a little more paint. Nice both sides here. Very lightly, just go on that right there. Go. See those? Now you can see those grooves. Before you couldn't. All right. Now you can. Just go with the grain. The only thing I'm worried is the way this part of the spear just kind of leans on that, bends it a little bit. I'm a little worried about that, but I can cut it shorter, but you know. I don't know if I want to do that either. So as long as it's just leaning on it, you know, very gently. Maybe once I'm done putting everything together, maybe I'll put like a little bit of CA glue there just to hold everything in place and nothing moves, you know. So just to, you know, just to keep it steady. I'm happy with that. There you go. See what happens. That is very dark underneath, so just bring it out just a little bit more in certain areas, here and there. You know, different effect. That looks good. I don't want to overdo it. Less is more. Less is more. My mom used to say. All right. That's good. Now we can do two things. We can go with the red, or we can go with the finishing the staff. Let's do the red. I might go with a different red for the part of the spear. So. I'll go with a different red there, or a reddish tone. All right. So first of all, this thing here. I don't know if I want to go with this one here. Excuse me for a sec. Pop this out. This is Vallejo Air Red. Too thin. AK Scarlet Red. Ooh. I kind of like that scarlet for the earrings. Or whatever the hell that is. Let me try it. Let's try that scarlet red. Shoot. Yeah, I don't want it too bright red, but yeah, I think that'll work. I think that will work. Let's see. I need to get a finer brush than this. Yep. I really don't want to mess that up. Let me let that dry. Let's switch around. Ooh, that was really in there. Okay. I have to clean these brushes anyway, so this is a number 2. The number 1. Scarlet. Sorry if I have my big head in the way. I'm really trying to get close on this earring looking thingy. There you go. It's not. Smooth some of that out. Thing keeps on getting away. I know I should have done it right away because that stick is just like huge. I'm afraid I'm going to break it off and have to glue it back again and not going to look right. So just be real careful here. So it's got a little pop mark from the supports in there. Not crazy about the way it looks, but Sometimes you miss those things, you know? And I missed that one. I gotta get some paint and get some in that little corner right there, and we're done with this side. A little more here. There we go. Beautiful. So pretty. That red really, that does some really good stuff, that red, with the colors and everything. Alright, so this one's going to be a pain, because it's blending in really good with the black, and I'm having a hard time seeing where the definition for where it is. It's like inside the hair, so this one's not sticking out, I don't think at all. Oh, there is a little piece on the outside, which is good, but yeah, it's very well inside the hair right here on this side, and I'm having a hard time picking out where there it is right there. I'll have to bring it a little close to me, so apologize. I want to get those edges really good. I want to make it look pretty. There you go. Okay. You see that? And I'm going to do the outside a little bit. Oh man, this thing is all in the way. Sorry if you can't see this right now. See where it is? It's right there, so, and it's in a position where I'm like, where do I go? How do I do this? There we go. There we go. Just a little bit on the top. It needs a little bit on the top right there. A little bit right there. See, I like to creep in with the brush. Like gently go in there and move in from the inside to the outsides, so this way I don't go over the line and stuff like that. So there we go. Excuse me for 1 second. Gotta get more paint. There we go. You see that, guys? Slowly creep in towards the outside. Alright. A little bit right there. just to make it nice and smooth looking. There we go. How are we looking over here? Now that's dry. Let's put a little more color there in the ends. There we go. There's a little more color in the top. Now that I noticed that. Just notice this right there. Alright. I'm happy right there. Let me see this side. That needs a little bit on the edge right there. There we go. Not too much. Perfect right there. That's it. A little more color. Right there. Perfect. Look at that. Right there, you can see it. It's just a little piece sticking out in the other ear. It's not as, it's looking good. Alright. That's pretty. Alright. It's a little stressful. Alright, so let's paint the this piece of wrap or whatever the hell it is around the staff. And I want to use another red, but let's... Where is it? Did I bring it out? Oh, I got it right here. All right. So I'm going to use the whole red. Let me see what it looks like on the palette. I like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to start off with the big pieces with the flat brush, and then we'll move in with doing the little details on it. Try to get a little closer. Alright, so with the brush a little bit. Get some of that color. Just start putting it down. I like that. It kind of goes with her lips a little bit. So that probably is going to make it look nice. I'm going to have some up here. Still have to do the stone part. Alright. So I'm going to do that in gray, light grays, highlights, stuff like that. Alright. Excuse me one second, I gotta take care of this because it's driving me crazy. Got like a little piece of trying to get behind it now. Picked up the wrong paint. I have to let that dry now. Got so much shit going on in here, it's like not even funny. That's what happens when you make a mess when you're painting. Leave everything everywhere. Start looking for stuff that you need and you can't find it. So whenever I'm done painting a kit, even if I'm going to start right off with another one, I try to put stuff away. You know, so I'm not going crazy looking for it later on. And that's what I try to do. Do I do it all the time? No. But I try to do it. Try to stay somewhat organized. I see some workbenches guys that they kind of like, you know, it's funny how you watch some of these guys, and I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking anybody because I'm no better than anybody. I really believe that, but I like some of these painters. They have the neatest workbenches and stuff, and like yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't tell me that you don't make a mess when you paint. You know, because I do. I know a lot of people who do. Most people that I know that paint, you know, their workbenches are like a disaster. Like mine is right now. But you know, some of these guys that have channels, like you know, they have like a lot of followers and stuff. I get it. You want to present yourself as professional and all that. I get that, but there's no way that you don't make a mess when you paint. You know. I mean, I try to stay organized. I got paint racks and things like that for your brushes and racks for your paint, places to put your tools. You know, you got like accessories and everything. You know, out there. I bought some cheap Amazon shelves, these black ones. They come in like 3 in a set. I bought like a 48-inch one. I got three 48 shelves went across just for paint. And that's a lot of paint you can put on those. And then I got 3 smaller ones in the same type, like right in front of me, right here, right above me. And those hold like mostly like it's got some paint, but it's got mostly like the primers and what do you call it? You know, I'll take a picture and post it on my Instagram. But you know, they hold mostly like your glues, your primers, my putties, my you know, all that stuff like that. You know, so. But you see how much paint I had up here before. Look at all my brushes and everything over here. So I like to put the stuff that I'm going to use near me for that project, you know. And as stuff comes out, I just leave it out just in case I need to get it again. Because most likely I'm going to have to, you know, to touch up or, you know, whatever. That's how it usually goes. You know, I usually leave it out. Then I'll put the stuff away. Once I know I'm not going to need it no more, I just put it away. Like I put all the paints that I had before, I put them all out. And I'm looking for those. And after that, I was looking for a couple of them because I needed them again. You know, you never know. You know. I like the color. Gives it like a little break on the model. Not so brown, not so, you know, monotone, just all one color, breaking it up a little bit. Give the ambience a little oomph, you know, a little difference. I did pretty well with this little square brush to do everything over here. I love it. These little square brushes, man, trust me, grab some. All different sizes. They're pretty good. I like them. You don't have to spend a lot of money, man. I think I bought a pack for like $10. Maybe I think it was $7. Came with all different brushes and these little ones right here. If I can find where I bought it from, I'll put a link up and which bag it was. I really don't remember where I got it from, to be honest with you. I think I might have got it from Amazon. If I got it from Amazon, it should be on your previously purchased stuff, whatever the hell it is. So I'll try to look it up for you guys. This way you can go and check. And if you're interested, you just go ahead and buy them. I should do that affiliate link thing. I don't know how that works, but gotta figure it out. Paint down here. I'm almost done with this part right here. Alright. Did I miss anything? No, it looks good there. Let me see how it looks. Let me switch glasses too, because these things are killing me. That looks pretty. See, it breaks it up a little bit. Just a little interest. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost there. Grays. Let me find some grays over here. Alright, that's not it. Not it. Alright, where is it? Oh, my grays. White, bright natural gray. That's the one for highlights. And green. Wow, I usually keep these together, and then I can't find it now. Need that for something. Okay. Bright warm gray. Bright neutral gray. And I'm not crazy about that. Hold on a second. This is warm gray. This is warm gray. Number 6. Need a little darker than that for my base. I have this garage kit warm gray number 6. It's from a series of grays, and it goes from dark to light. But I'm going to use this one for my base, and then highlight with these. Okay. And mix it up a little bit better. So you can see a lot of the pigment just laying right here. I got a shaker, but it's back there and got a ton of stuff in the way. Usually I put it on the shaker and then for like 20 seconds, and it'll shake the crap out of the paint. I gotta figure out where to put that so it's not in the way, and I can go in there and use it whenever I need to, you know, because it does work very well. It's not one of those expensive ones that, like, you know, I put a it's on Amazon. It's called Robart Paint Shaker. It's battery operated, the one that I got. So this way I can move it around. But right now I got a bunch of crap in the way, and it's be a pain in the ass for me to pull it out right now. So I'm gonna leave it like right there. So, all right. So I'm painting it dark gray. Okay. We'll put a coat of that in there. Just dark warm gray from Garage Kits, which great paints. I bought those grays to do gray tone for black and white kits, like, you know, like those Universal monsters. Like, I believe, you know, all the movies were black and white, and there's a lot of kits out there. I think they should be done in black and white. That's what I think. That's me, though. But one of my favorites was always like Mummy, the original from 1933, 32. And I have a lot of kits that I need to paint from Boris Karloff's The Mummy that I need to paint. And I want to do those in gray tones. I did a Bela Lugosi that came out really nice. It's on my Instagram. Check it out. So I have other kits from that era that I want to paint and keep it in those tones. So that's why I bought those colors. Okay, so I got a nice base for the spear. Okay. So let's let it dry. Put this away. I'm gonna use that. I'll put these away. Alright, so I'll be back. Let me take care of a couple of things, make some room over here. I'm a little cluttered. Alright, so I'm going to use the bright neutral gray for the highlights. Put a little more. This is very light. I'm not going to use a lot, but it's already thinned down pretty good. Oops. I'm using a medium dry brush. Get rid of some of that. There's a lot of paint. Should use less. That's all going to go to waste. Maybe not. I got an idea. Well, I had an idea, but I think I'm going to do it. Anyway, let's just brush a little bit of highlights here and there. Like on the edges. Alright. Just on the edges. Really good. Still got a little paint here, so use that. Same thing, edges. And then just very lightly go on top of that. Edges on this side. A little bit more paint. Let's do the edges again. Alright, very good. And do a little bit on top right there. The stone has a little bit of variations there where you can, comes out nice and, you know, you can see the doing it very lightly, guys, not very hard at all. Do those edges a little bit more. All right. That's it right there. Guys, I think we're done. What do you think? I'm gonna just hold on a second here. I am going to put pictures in the end so you guys can see it. I still have to mat down the leopards. Throw a little more matte. I'm going to seal everything now. Go downstairs, seal it, call it a day. And tomorrow what I'll do is I'll glue everything. And I'll post those pictures when everything is glued together and done. And put those pictures at the end of the show. So this is the last video for this kit, guys. This is it. Alright, so he's going to be up a little bit more like that. I'm going to bring my camera down this way so you guys can see it. Put him here. Okay. And now you guys can see my mess on my desk. Hold on. Put some paints away. I don't want to make it look too messy. You guys make fun of me. Alright. Let me bring this in. Can I do this? I'll bring it up a little bit. Just give me a sec. Very glossy in the front, right? So I'm going to mat that down a little bit. Alright. And there she is right there. She came out beautiful. Very happy with her. That sits right there. That tiger sits right there. And she's going to be forward a little bit. Like that. Alright. Once she's glued in. The base. I can get you a little bit better picture, but like I said, I'll put pictures in the end. This arm doesn't really. There we go. See the mess I have. Alright, well, there she is, right there, guys. try to give you the last picture right there. I'll put pictures at the end, just so you guys can see it. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Thank you for hanging out this whole time. I know this was a long one. Glad it's done. Like I said, I'm gonna seal everything tonight, and then I'll glue everything tomorrow. This way she's done. Thank you for hanging out this whole time. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, share it. You know, I know these videos are long. Eventually, I'll start making smaller, little quicker videos, but you know, stuff like that. But I I want you to see how I learned and what I do. That's the whole point of doing it like this. You know, like I follow Matt Morozic, you know, Vince Vale, and other guys, and that's how they do it. They have these long ass videos. Mine probably are longer because I'm a noob, and it takes me a little bit longer to do things. But I want you to learn along with me, and I hope you did. You learned something. You know, we had an accident, we fixed it. A couple of mistakes here and there, we fixed them. Things like that through the whole process. You know, thank you for sharing, for following me along, and I'm glad that I was able to share this with you guys. All right, there she is. She's all done. Final booty shot. Everything in the back over there, nicely done. All right, there she is. I'm very glad the way she came out. I love the colors. I love everything about it. Everything just goes very well together, and you know. So thank you again. Thank you so much. I hope you guys learned something, and if you did, share it. You know, and hit the like button, subscribe, you know, stuff like that. And I'll keep on putting stuff. Stay tuned because there's a lot of stuff coming up that are going to be really fun and really cool. All right, so you guys have a great day. I hope you learned something. Keep on painting.